Hold on, I have to sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you. I completely lost my thought.
It went out with your nose.
It was straight out of my brain. Through my nasal cavity.
Hi, and welcome to another episodes of Dungeons and Degrees. My name's Adrian.
And I'm Alex.
And today, it's just us.
It's just us. What's up?
Yeah. What's up? How you doing, y'all guys? We haven't talked in a while. It's just us now. We don't have a guest today.
You know, I was thinking about that on the way home from work today. And I was like, oh shit, like, we don't have to make space for somebody else's opinions. It could literally just be our opinions the whole time.
Yeah.
Ha ha.
Yeah. I mean, there's some people out there. I mean, we just, I don't know. I just like having everybody at the table and seeing who we can get and fit them in. But yeah, it literally can just be us two because that's how we started out, you know? It was just us with an idea. And now we get to talk about our ideas.
Yeah. All of our ideas.
Yeah.
Some of our ideas.
I also wanted to, today kind of talking about like the creative aspect of what we've been doing besides just the podcast, as well as things been going on with the OGL. We had our last episode with Run DMG, we talked about that for a bit, but also like I've been seeing more and more creators like Mason and VJ Harris, people we've had on the pod before, and like they're switched. Like they've put in so much effort and they've put in so much time to have like this new licensing agreement change on them. So what does that mean for us as creators? I mean, we're not, I would say at this point, we're definitely not just a D&D podcast. We're mostly a TTRPG. We talk about everything. And also, I don't want to be associated with that shit that's going down.
I think that's fair. I mean, I think like any other player who starts playing Dungeons and Dragons, that D&D is just the tip of the iceberg for the TTRPG. Just like our podcast may have started in the Dungeons and Dragons because that's where we felt safe. But now, I mean, it's all the same thing. I'm just looking at different numbers and different ways of looking at characters on paper, but they're all the same. I mean, like, they're different, right? Like, I don't want to take away that magic, but they're all the same.
Yeah. Yeah, we're still telling a story at the table with our friends. So what if the math looks different and the way we interact is a little different? We're still telling that same story with the people that we enjoy to be around. So I think this change isn't going to be too much. We might have to learn a different math system, but we're still going to be telling similar stories. D&D did not make the story happen. We made the story happen.
And I think that's an important thing to think about.
Yeah.
It's important to think about when we talk about something like the OGL, because like Eric talked about with us and then tweeted out after, D&D the game is different than D&D the company. It's not the same thing. Sure, they have the license and, you know, all of that, right? They have that. Sure. They make money off of that. For us at the table, it's going to work. It's going to change. It's going to be different. Period. I mean, if you're not producing like Dungeons and Dragons content for the internet or for media, then you could still, get away with playing D&D and having your own house rules and doing whatever you want to do. So really the OGL like is getting a lot of space and surface in these conversations, but I mean, who is it really affecting? Not undermining the content that comes out with their creative processes at all. But, like, if you want to play a TTRPG, then you could pick up Dungeons & Dragons right now and it'd be okay. Now we're a little more aware of other games being out there, so you could learn how to play D&D and then you could go find and play a different game. Or you could say, okay, well, let me just steer clear of D&D and then go pick up a different game. Half of it, we got to remember, like, contextually who's thinking about this content.
Right. it's usually the third party creators that are being really affected by this. To those who are just like consuming it casually, just the base, like let's play the game, not let's play homebrew, let's play this, let's play that. Hey, you know what? I want to make a living. I want a podcast. Those people aren't going to be as affected, other than the change of how they monetize the game later. Literally, you can just go back to basics of like one of us just needs to buy the book, and that's it. Like, we don't need everyone to have the same copy of the same book. Like, also there's fucking pirating, which fucking do that.
If millennials didn't sail that ship, I mean, I know how to find all that shit at like 11 years old. So sure, we're gonna find the rules and find the ways to break the rules.
Mm-hmm.
I did see while we were talking, I pulled up just the OGL nonsense. Yeah. Just Google searched it and saw that there is actually as of recording time, January 18th, there was a conversation from the executive producer on D&D about what just issuing their first, I'm sure, of many apologies.
They've had so much apologies in the last year, and they're starting off strong.
So he apologized, like the too long didn't read. Says that. Mm-hmm. Let me start with an apology. We're so sorry. We got it wrong. And you know what? Maybe Kyle doesn't sound like a douche in real life, but for this reason, Kyle's going to sound like a douche. Our language and requirements in the draft OGL were disruptive to creators and not in support of our core goals of protecting and cultivating an inclusive play environment and limiting the OGL to TTRPGs. Then we compounded things by being silent for too long. We hurt fans and creators when more frequent and clear communications could have prevented so much of this. Okay, yeah. And then they're listening to us and they're playing one D&D playtests. That doesn't... Okay. Okay, so here's what we're expecting so far. On or before Friday, January 20th, they're going to share new proposed OGL documentation for rules lawyers to get their shit together and read it. After you review...
actual fucking lawyers.
Don't bring a rules lawyer to a lawyer... No. Don't bring a regular lawyer to a rules lawyer fight. Mm-hmm. After you read it, you can fill out a quick survey... and then share any feedback, and then the survey will remain open for 2 weeks. And then they're going to get back to us on the results.
This has very Elon Musk, hey, I have a survey for you guys, energy that's going on right here. The first survey had too many bots in it, too much hate. I'm going to try it again. That's what's going to happen in 2 weeks.
Yeah, so there, I mean, the amends have been made. So then... yada, yada, yada. Any changes to the OGL will have no impact on at least these creative efforts. Your video content, whether you're a commentator, streamer, podcaster, live play, cast member, or other video creator on platforms like YouTube and Twitch and TikTok, you've always been covered by the Wizard fans' content policy, which is how I assume everything has been getting... I don't know, because it says that... Okay, so this policy, right? So you can click on it and you can look at this content policy. Number one, that everything is free. So you can't require payments. You can't sell or license your fan... Okay, so you can't sell it. You can't sell it.
Jesus. Nice. Already down road.
I have a question.
Negative karma.
Well, I have a question about that, because, like, Dimension 20, technically I guess you can find it for free, but then, like, okay, I guess that's how they get around it. Like, eventually you can find it for free, which is why they can play Dimension 20 behind the paywall? Question mark?
Mm-hmm. Or there's other content behind the paywall that's not exclusively just D&D.
Maybe that's it.
Is our loophole going to be that you can't, like, take a percentage of our cut because we're not just that one thing, and you also don't have the numbers to back up that you think that this percentage of our content is receiving this percentage of the viewership. So I feel like that's an easy out.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they start sharing numbers and shit.
It also, you have to have that it is unofficial Wizards content. It's not approved or endorsed by Wizards.
It's always been third
Right.
party.
Don't hurt others, don't hurt
Do we
Wizards, and then no bad stuff, and then safe sponsorship because they understand that equipment needs to be subsidized or can be subsidized. So as long as it's not harmful to Wizards, you can do that. So I think technically following their rules that they have set forth, everybody seems to be okay in the producing of the content, not necessarily the like writing supplement stories.
Which feels weird. I mean, does that mean do they still, there's that big thing of like them still having that IP of like control over any third party stuff?
They could. They could. I mean, we talked to Dark Dice and they had that issue too where they had to change some of their things, but they didn't make them go back and fix it. So I think, if you are not following their rules, then you can go back or you can just continue it from there and fix it. It goes on to say that any changes to the OGL will have no impact on your accessories for your own content. So your minis, your novels, apparel, dice, and other items related to your creations, characters, and worlds. Non-published work. So commissioned work, paid DM services, consulting are not affected by the OGL. So you, Adrian,
they have to specify that. That just makes me feel uneasy. Like, I didn't think, your work that you do under our game, it's not affected. I already thought that, but you bringing it up makes me feel like it was, and I am concerned.
DM's Guild content. The content you release on DM's Guild is published under a community content agreement with the Dungeon Masters Guild. That's not changing. Any of your OGL 1.0A content will not be impacted. Your revenue or your ownership of your content. You will continue to own your own content with no license back requirements. So everything up until their official posting of the OGL, you own. Mm-hmm. Which is cool. Like, that's nice. Right?
So they've taken away the stipend of like anything you have made is going to be affected by this thing. Now it's everything before our decision is going to be not affected, which still sucks because it feels like that means after this point there's going to be a change.
Yeah.
At least that's what I'm hearing from what your statement is. Not your statement. The read.
If you Google search, if you Google search OGL, you're going to find, I'm sure, articles linking to what they're saying, because I found mine off of Polygon that says D&D leadership issues a fresh apology, details and next steps to update the OGL. And then it's linked there. I'm sure it's also linked on the regular, but that's what we got right now from 7 hours ago, which is neat. How do you feel about that? Like, going forward in your game, maybe your professional experience. How do you feel about that?
I have to change what I'm doing. In all honesty, though, like, my idea of what needed to change as, like, I wanted something fresh anyways, because, like, I feel like everything that has been made for this game has been made already, and potentially, because I'm seeing so many books come out and so many, like, really cool creators. So part of me is just like, well, I gotta make something else that's gonna be more in tune with what I do. So instead of making my world more D&D-esque, I'm going to have to deviate more into what I think is the best. Because, like, I have a stream, and I get some subscribers, and that's monetized, so that apparently I'm good, but anything new I create, if this thing happens, it's going to have to be fresh. We had a conversation for my other podcast, Coming Together Naturally, about, like, do we still want to play D&D? One, we've already finished our arc. We can change systems and figure out what we want to do next that way. We're like, and part of me, like, immediately just the hesitation of like, this fucking so annoying because I have to learn a new system. And they're like, well, we can help. And I'm like, I'm the DM. I got to do a lot of the front work already. And I have to change how I go about how I want enemies to be made, how I want these players to be in social interactions, and I have to figure out what avenues they have opposed to just the ones that were already in front of them with a new system. So it just seems like a big ask, but I understand the need to change. My first response was like, I think we should wait till we see any more Fallout. But that was like 2 to 3 weeks ago, and now that this has all kind of come out, I'm like, okay, you know what? Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Let's change. Fuck them. So it's affecting that content too. But to be honest, like that 10 minutes within that time frame of me saying no, fuck that, I was like, all right, well, I do want to play this X, Y, and Z. I did want to try out this system. I did, like, there was more positive coming from an idea of like, fuck no, to, okay, you know what, I can do this. I am able to. Like, I already thought about like 3 different stories we could create deviating from what we already have in order to make it a bit more, not less seamless change over, but a more practical one, opposed to like, these are the same characters, but we're changing things up. Because like, one, you're still going to have the names, the races, and things that we have in it. If you bring in some new players, some new storylines that we haven't met, then we can play whatever game we want to play. And it'll feel like this new change doesn't seem like our the heroes that we know are going to be changed immensely due to what's it called? Due to the change of system. And then it's more like our heroes changed because more time has passed, because Adrian's brought out a new team to play with, and then between then and there, our heroes will be different for story reasons now included. Because I don't feel like I could change the story and say I'm changing the system now and it makes sense. And to be honest, I can just do it. I really can. But I feel like I need more time progression for that to work. That's not true. I just don't like the idea of just, this is be so dated. Oh, they started their arcs between 2022 to 2023. I see. But yeah, it's getting underneath what I need to do. I mean, look, we've had people on that have alternative systems. We literally had Green Ronin with Monsters and Masterminds, right? Monster Masterminds. Adrian, edit that out. Say the right thing. Are you looking it up?
Yeah. Mutants and Masterminds.
Mutants and Masterminds. There we go. We had Masterminds that came onto the podcast and was like, also, we're looking for writers. Like, listen, this could be an opportunity for me to change where I'm at, to join something new and become more present in a different space. I think that'd be interesting. I think that they're more superhero, but still, a new system that doesn't doesn't have any like, hey, your content might be monetized by somebody else because they own this X, Y, and Z, gives me a little bit more breathing room about my creations. Yeah, and it's not like I haven't been working on new stuff anyways.
I mean, it's a good time to change. I mean, I don't know if I would feel... This feels akin to like being a Harry Potter fan in 2023. That I don't feel like I want to completely give up Dungeons and Dragons, because it still has brought a lot of joy. And in personal games, it's not a bad system. It's not something that is impossible to work with. Mm-hmm. So I think if someone were to reach out to me with a project and say, hey, we want to play D&D, I don't know if I would say no. Right?
Right.
I know with my other podcast, we're starting to look at a different system entirely. But we took a break because our DM needed to take a break. And so I think we're scrapping our original recording, and then we're going to start with a new system and then with new characters, which is fun. Um, but, you know, just like you were feeling a little like anxiety of changing to a different system and then having to create engaging storytelling to be media that is consumed by other people, that's a little scary. Like I know how a character works in D&D. I sort of know what I can do. You know, going and playing like Thirsty Sword Lesbians with you. I'm like, this feels wild and chaotic and I don't know. So I think I'm going both ways. Like, but yeah, I mean I would be more open to learning, and I have broadened my horizon on what is out there. But I don't know if I'm completely bought in with never playing Dungeons and Dragons again, and it's evil and we can't touch it because people make mistakes and they're shitty at apologizing. Well, okay, hold on. Now let me start adding all
They
this
are
together.
shitty at
They're
they
shitty
are
at
shitty
apologizing.
though.
Fucking Kyle, what the shit were you doing, bruh?
I mean, there's that one of the apologies where it's like, we both won, and I'm like, cope. Sure.
I mean, but what, at the end of the day, what do we really want the corporation to do?
Stop being a corporation. Just
Stop
fall
being a
apart.
corporation, which is very hard and difficult to do in a very, like, white supremacist, capitalist country pushing forward in this hellscape that we have. So, like, what do we really want from this? My phone's yelling at me and telling me to change the wallpaper, and I feel offended because I keep the same wallpaper all the time.
What the fuck?
Bitch, I don't want to change my fucking wallpaper. Leave me alone.
I don't have any new art from Lee. Let's see. I don't think you don't have to stop for your home games. I think that just the public consumption of it is what needs to change in order for you to feel safe in the space. So, I mean, I feel like for now my streamed game is going to be fine for now because it's just monetized that way right now. Until I figure everything out, I have other things going in the fire anyway, so it's fine. I've been toying with this kind of like it's not a game, more of a practice in improv with other players. I'm calling it right now Campfire. It's essentially just storytelling. At the very base of it, I want there to be some sort of like you have a sword, you have a scar, you have like a kink in your leg where you just like kind of limp a little, like your gait's different. Like I want some descriptive thing about you, and I want it to be attached to other players. Like this is kind of like yes-anding the people around you. Like I remember when you got that scar, and then you go back and forth, like, or I'm so glad my gift to you, that sword, is still around or still works, is treating you well, things like that. I want to figure out how to potentially gamify it to have like this improv practice, and it's probably gonna have to deal with tables or things like that, but also want to make sure that it's personalized where like I want to choose X, Y, and Z because like I don't want like I remember that scar, it's because you did something bad or you did something, like I don't want it to feel like you're hurting the other players on purpose with these things. Like I need to find some safety tools to make sure that everyone's happy with who they are and that the story is kind of amicable. But I think it's also kind of a good tester if the party is cohesive or if the party can work together in a way that would show off in a storytelling setting. And then if they're just not into it or they just can't figure things out, what are some things that I can put into the game to allow them to understand anything can happen, as long as it's around within y'all's friendly banter kind of thing. So I'm trying to figure something out like that, and that doesn't have to be D&D specific, right? That's any story. I mean, any movie you see, like the character development happens at the campfire, and these things like what happened there. What happened? Why do you have that rusty old 6-shooter? Like things like that. Just stories developed there, and I feel like it's a very interesting way to potentially use in order to grow together as people who want to tell stories.
So what it sounds like is you're trying to take the improv game, Yes and throw it into like an RPG system that is, what am I thinking? Like a session 0 system?
Potentially
or just
a
like
session 0. This
Yeah.
could be further on, once you guys feel comfortable within the skin of your characters. This could get put into any kind of game where y'all are sitting around anywhere to tell a story.
I mean, it could be something like a campfire. So you could just theme it around like characters sitting around a campfire, and here's what is going to happen with your playing. Not to give you a theme or whatever, or
Playing.
workshop
I'm sorry, I
this.
was confused. I'm sorry. Well, I'm just trying to fit like in like the play that you guys want to have, kind of thing, right?
Well, I mean, just okay. So here's what I'm envisioning, and what you're saying, or what I'm hearing, is that you could create a set of rules or game, right, within the game,
Right.
regardless of the system, that if you were to theme it and to make it easier and accessible for maybe newer players to
That
actually
don't have like improv training or things like that.
just to like call it like the campfire game or something like that, because you're right that there's a lot of dialogue, there's a lot of things that happen when players are at rest, or there's a lot of backstory that's told through people sitting around a campfire.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting for the door of the Mines of Moria to open up, right? There's a lot of stuff that happens there. So if you just run with that idea, I think that's a really cool idea. Like, that's a really good idea.
Yeah,
You should go do it.
I feel like...
We should stop recording and you should go do it.
Okay. I might have something out. I think I might put these 2 videos, this one and Ryan's out first, because this thing's going to be relevant now, and then after it's going to be dead. But also, like, sometime this month, I'm going to do some preliminary stuff for our, like, higher tier patrons of, like, this is what I have as an idea, the template so far. And then just every month, I want to give some sort of, like, update. And I kind of want to, like, every month have some sort of, like, or every 3 months, like, have some sort of, like, mini game or some sort of cool thing that I'm working on be sent out to show that I'm like, yes, thank you for supporting us, but this is what your support looks like when I can use it, when I can kind of, like, put it down to paper.
And you really thrive under a deadline too. So I think having an actual deadline to follow also would help you create this game.
Yeah. So I'm excited. That's my first idea.
I like that idea.
And I gotta figure out how to do a fucking murder mystery thing that I've been working on for years. Now I don't have to worry about being a D&D-esque. Now I'm free. I'm free from my shackles.
Just run wild. It's a naked Adrian in a field of flowers. Just
hell yeah, dude. That's my natural state, dude. If I didn't have to, dude, I would. Literally, my grandma walked in, like, hey, can you help me with my light? And I'm just, like, in bed. I'm like, what? And she's just standing there. I'm like, I need you to get out so I can put clothes on, please. Oh, I love you, Grandma.
You know what? Grandmas are...
But let me get changed.
Grandma, let me put pants on, please.
I mean, I feel like with this thing, there's been so much... With OGL coming out, there's been so much new ideas, like almost like a renaissance of newer games, because people want to kind of like support something that's going to support them back, right? For those who are not as casual and are more creative in this field. So I've seen Cobalt Press bring out Black Flag, which is they're going to be their TTRPGs, and Matt Covell's good, and their MCM something or other is making their own thing for TTRPGs. Like, because that their stake in this game was threatened, they're like, don't worry, we have a plan B. We're all GMs here. We're going to figure something out. So I'm super excited to see what's to come. I feel like there's going to be a lot more different games going to be played out there. And I am going to play them.
I'm going to play all of them.
Yes.
I did, because I like Steve Jackson games. I like playing Munchkin and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I did see that Steve Jackson has one that's been out since the 1980s. So like I don't know, 1986.
Is it GURP?
It is GURPS.
Yeah.
Have you played GURPS? Have you played with it?
No, I have not, but I've heard of it, and it's one of the things that is on my radar.
I think that's fascinating. That, you know what, these things have been out, and we just have been blinded by the dungeons and the dragons.
It's because there was so much content for it. It was just there. It was at the ready, and it was promoted so much. Yeah. That fucking corpo money making those advertisements sexy. Those fiends. God damn it. I know sex sells. Go fuck yourself, okay? Then you guys visit the OGL, which is like a chastity fucking belt, and we're like, fuck that, we want the sex! And we jump to something else. So my grandma's like right there on the other, like, that wall. That's where we're recording.
She'll know. She knows.
She'll know. I'm so glad she hasn't got batteries for her hearing aid yet.
She just like turn it down while she's like sleeping.
Or off. She's got a little devil dog in her room. Dude, I bit my finger, swole up so bad. I'm like, I hate this dog.
You meant a real dog, and I thought the food.
Wait, the devil dog?
I thought you were meaning that she has like a literal like devil dog, which is a chocolate cake with like a cream, like you know, if you took like the soft Oreo and just like lengthened it, and then it's been around forever. I don't know if y'all had devil dogs. My family's not from the South, so we knew. Yeah. I know what devil dogs are.
Hey, in the comments or in our Discord, tell us if you know what the fuck that is, because I've never heard of it before.
Oh my god!
I thought it was some sort of like spicy hot dog or something.
No, it's chocolate. It's so good. It's like they're Drake, so it's like the Eastern Seaboard's version of like Hostess.
Gotcha.
Tasty cakes, shit like that. Do you know what a tasty cake is?
No.
Yeah. They are here.
I'm not a sweets guy. I'm not a sweets guy. This isn't an age thing.
You're not a sweets
right
guy
now. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm not a sweets guy. I've never been a sweets guy.
Hey,
I'll
ladies.
eat a brownie.
Hey, ladies.
That's it. Oh my god, what the fuck?
I got a man for you. You like sweets?
Why?
Good. He's never going to eat them. You want to play role-playing? Great. He's got a book for that.
It's called the Kama Sutra.
Oh my gosh. Not a sweets guy. I can't trust, like,
no.
I can't trust not a sweets guy.
That's fine. You never need to trust me.
No,
I'm here.
You're in my. You've come to my house. Yes, I do need to trust you.
That's. I mean,
inventory.
You should have known
inventory
that before.
check. No.
It's not like I have. Are you walking around checking things? I don't.
No, I wouldn't even
probably
know.
Socks.
I wouldn't even know. I have your hat, and that's all I know because that's an added thing. It's still. Yeah, it's over there.
Oh my gosh, I keep losing those damn things. Didn't I like pick up a hat from your house and then like left another one?
Did you pick up a hat? I have my hats in a bag in my closet, so unless you went through and picked it up in the closet, or you picked up some random pair of mini ears that are on the wall, like that's all you would have gotten.
No, definitely not. That's not my shtick.
Not your thing?
No, I don't want ears.
You have ears.
Okay, let's get back to talking about you having all my hats. No, I brought 2 hats and I brought one. I think that's what was in my head.
Okay.
I brought one back. Fuck, what were we talking about?
Steve Jackson.
You said something about Steve Jackson and GURPS, yeah.
Yep.
And I got this cool book called, using the Fate system called I Hunt, which is just like killing monsters and barely surviving. And I'm like, hey, that's me, barely surviving. And it's in like modern day era.
10 Candles does that barely surviving shit too, right? Or not surviving at all?
Well, Well, yeah, the it's less of a apocalyptic thing and more of a like, hey, we live in a shitty hellscape, so on the side, opposed to my regular job, I also have to kill monsters to make rent, kind of thing. Like it's in the modern era. For 10 Candles, it's like, you will die. You just have to make a good story about you dying.
What are we playing? I got the thing from Noah, former guest Noah, about using the Slayers system, which I have no idea what that means. It just says Slayers. Oh, it literally says Slayers. It's literally Slayers.
See, there's so much stuff that we still haven't even touched. Like, we have people who've heard of it, who've played it, who've talked about it. And we're, like, what? The 3 games that I've played is 10 Candles, D&D, and Thirsty Sword Lesbians once. Which is very embarrassing for me.
What's the one
I need
where
to play more games.
You're an animal and you fight the witch? We've played that. Have we played that?
Yeah, these one-page systems. Shit. The Witch is Dead. There we go.
Witch is Dead.
That's what it's called. And then there's there's so many cool one-page systems that I want to try out sometime. Like, there's so much still out there, and we shouldn't just be like, just because this happens with the OGL doesn't mean that the fun's over, We still can have fun with what we have. I have so many fucking books I haven't even opened. Like, because I'm like, ooh, they're pretty on the covers. Like, I gotta have it. And I'm just like, I don't have this book. Like, it was all in my fucking Amazon wishlist shit. And now I'm just like, oh well. I need to fix that. I need to delete that shit.
I mean, technically, I have Bunkers and Badasses right next to me that is still unopened. I mean, it was opened, but not like
untouched.
It's mostly untouched, yeah. I perused, and then I think it's still D&D though, so I have some modules like the Pride and Prejudice, the Jane Austen module. So
why don't you run those? Where's your friends?
You're right here, Adrian. You're right here.
Jesus. Well, you don't think Noah's a friend?
I do think Noah's a friend.
You don't think Lucy's a friend?
I just think they're busy. Listen, I don't.
You're saying you think they're busy. You can figure out if you ask them.
I know that, but here, okay. So let's unpack. We can unpack that. I'll unpack it on air.
Yeah,
that's
we're gonna unpack this. Yeah, we got some time.
For me to say that they're busy not only encompasses like me just trying to be considerate of somebody else's time, but like my insecurity, if you will, on playing the game. And like, am I prepared enough when I bring people to my table to allow them to have a good time in the space that I'm creating? Because like, I know that if we all just hang out, like, it's fine. We'll figure out something to do and talk about. But like, if I'm specifically setting the mood, that I want to be the most prepared. Obviously, once again, this is a current trend that I just want to be the most prepared for my players. Okay, I won't blame it on my players. I want to be the most prepared for me. It's me. I want to be prepared for me. It's my fault. I'm the issue.
Because you don't want to let anyone down?
I don't want to let anybody down. But really, isn't the issue that I don't want to let myself down? I'm going to be like, I could have done that better. Which that's always going to be the conversation, isn't it? I'm always going to be able to be like... It's always going
to be part of it, though, right?
Right.
Of, like, learning and figuring things out. Like, just because you're prepared doesn't mean that you could have been better in one aspect or another. You're dealing with untenable variables which cannot be controlled because they're other beings. Like, you can't control the outcome of what they're going to do on a day-to-day basis. People's moods shift and change all the fucking time.
My tism says I can control all the things.
No, shut up! No, you can't! As an empath, I say you can't. No, I'm just kidding. You're never gonna be ready, okay? Listen, I had that. I had that hard truth hit me where I almost like didn't want to play TTRPGs again because it happened like that. Where I was like, I prep, I'm ready, let's go. They don't want to do the thing I just prepped for. Fuck them. We're going to try even harder to do the thing. Oh, they're fighting back. I spent my morning preparing for this game, and now they just wanted to not do the thing I wanted to prepare. That's on not communicating with them, to be honest. And 2, feeling like because I only prepared this thing, anything else deviating from this plan is not good. And that's not true. Deviating from the plan is kind of part of the game when you're dealing with humans.
DMing
like
is
alien.
DMing is very much like teaching. That you do all this planning and then you get to the session and then the children are just yelling at you because they don't want to do the thing. They want to do something different. But rather than being able to shift and change places with something else, you have staff and admin that yell at you because you're off book.
Yeah, fuck them.
Ah.
I mean, I feel like I have to do that with my job. You have to be on book. You have to make sure you're on book. Kind of like, because the government said so. I'm like, fine, fuck it, whatever. And I get there, and I'm like, I'm on book until they say something that's not even on the book. You're like, with my knowledge of how things usually work, let's try to figure this out. Like, I have to fucking wing it sometimes. And it's like, you're winging with people's emotions? I'm like, yeah! Because I can't read their minds. Every time I say, yeah, I'm a psychology major. Can you read your mind? Can you read my mind? It's not that easy. You have to go with what experiences you've had that connect with them, that would make sense for them, that may help. And you have to take everything with a grain of salt when you're speaking to them. Because your experience is not going to encompass all of what they've experienced, because our experience on Earth is so unique that we can only generally give some sort of help, some sort of idea, and some sort of reassurance that what I'm saying is going to help you. Because we're all different. We're all going to react differently. We're all going to take in the information differently. And in the end, the outcomes are going to be what they are and not what we usually plan for.
And it's sometimes hard to have conversations with people in general, not just people in crisis or just people who play TTRPGs, but it's hard for people to take the step back and really understand like what it is that affects them and what may be beneficial to them. Because sometimes you just don't have the answer in front of you because of whatever situation. You're new. You're thinking about something else. You want to drive something else. Maybe it is just a misinterpretation of the conversation. But even giving yourself that the relief that some people just don't have the words to help you help them.
Right. And that's going to be the case. So we might not ever be ready for what game we play 100% because the people we have in it may not be as responsive. I feel like this goes more towards people that you just met versus people that you have been playing for a while, because you have an understanding with what's going on and how they're going to react. But at some point, there's going to be a day where they're like, I'm off my game, or I'm not feeling too well, and you're not going to know what they're feeling. But yeah.
You triggered me into thinking something, and then I forgot it, so I guess it wasn't that important.
It is what it is, dude.
It is what it is. It fucking is what it is.
But no, I'm excited to try out these new games. I'm excited to be a different kind of GM.
Well, at least the controversy has sparked a new interest in TTRPGs.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it will spark a renaissance or a golden age or whatever in people playing. Like Stranger Things did, but then like in less of a corporate media driven kind of way.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens next. Because I feel like what we do next with this game is going to... Or not with this game, but like TTRPGs, is going to like set off a whole different aspect of what we've been doing. Like, people are going to be more creative. People are more willing to change and to look at other things and to be open to the idea that maybe we have other things to do. I'm excited for what's to come.
I'm also kind of excited to see how Wizards digs their shit out of this time. Like, I'm just interesting because there's like a PR standpoint that seems to be a common thread that you take too long to say something. And so, I mean, should we really be mad and upset because they're doing what they normally do? Are we shocked? No. Are they at least attempting to make amends with people who are worried about their content or about things that they're doing business-wise?
They have to.
I mean, at least they're talking about it too. So, would we expect more? Sure. Would we like more? Sure. Should we expect more? Probably not. And go fucking do that goddamn survey. Like, if you really are feeling passionate about this, like, go, dear listener, go do the survey. Because, I'm always this. Are you a survey person? I'm a survey person.
No.
Oh my gosh. Are you? Do you?
No.
If you give me a survey, I will fucking fill it out. I will fill just this. I'm just as passionate with the 5 stars or rating, you know, the highest you can out of customer service and everything, because like half of that is like the actual feedback to like people's bosses about like, yes, this person is not a shitty person, and like that's the only thing. If you're a shitty person, you get less than 5 stars. If you are not a shitty person, 5 stars all around. I don't give a shit. We could have fought, and I would have given you 5 stars. Like, if you made a solid point. If I was just being the dick, right? Same thing with surveys. That if you're doing a good enough job, like, I'm going to tell you how I feel. I'm never, and I especially, because I think maybe with my job, I get surveys a lot of through trainings and through just general field testing of how we feel throughout the year, the climate surveys or whatever. But I think if you're going to send out a survey, that there's a way to use them effectively. There's a way to actually see what is going on. But as a survey taker, you have to you don't have to do shit, right? But you don't have to do shit. But as a survey taker, you should have a understanding of how that is going to be used and like the most effective way that you could word things to help steer whatever it is in whatever way. So like, don't just say like, great job, because nothing's gonna fucking change. Like, you're doing amazing, great, nothing's gonna fucking change. But if you really have a detail on like how it affects your life or like what you're frustrated about. So like with the OGL, like what are you really frustrated about? And not that just everybody on the internet is yelling about it. Like legitimately, what is the thing that bothers you the most? Articulate that, and hopefully, you know, something will happen. But if it doesn't, it's okay. Like, you did your due diligence and trusted that people are also going to do their due diligence. I roll my eyes at that too. Like,
you have to tell them you're rolling your eyes.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Otherwise,
like,
I'm cutting that audio because I can't hear it.
I roll my, because like if I know
roll my eyes at you.
I know I'm different. Like I know that my brain works just differently than regular people. Just okay. Like I care a lot about shit. I took that Disney training to heart and said, okay, if I get feedback, this is what I'm going to do with it. And then I actually take the fucking feedback. I may cry about it, but I'll take the feedback. And like, it's important to know maybe how things are seen through other people's eyes. I don't know. It's fine. But that's the moral. Too long didn't read. If you skipped past me rambling for the last 3 minutes or however long Adrian makes it while he's editing.
Yeah, it's only going to be 3 minutes.
The too long didn't read is take the survey. Don't just click through it. Like, give out some actual reasons as to why you feel certain ways. And don't just tell them they're doing a great job, because there's enough people screaming on the internet saying that they're not doing a great job, but give them a real reason, not just that your friends are also screaming, that you are also screaming, that like, articulate it, please. Why are you screaming?
Why are you running?
Why? And I mean, I'm sure that D&D Beyond canceled subscriptions helped.
Oh, for sure.
Unless it was your livelihood, don't do that. Like, unless this is how you make money.
Listen, you've probably made a lot of, like, purchases. Figure out how to take those purchases and put it in a separate drive, and then cancel. But yeah.
I'm sure there's not a Reddit thread off that, too. I'm sure that doesn't exist on Reddit.
Never would Reddit tell us anything.
Why would Reddit do that?
Scandalous at all, ever. You
go find your nearest computer science major, and you just check in and see what books they have on their drive. Just check. They probably have 1 or 2 rule books. 7 or 8 rule books. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, maybe. I don't know.
Pirate the shit out of everything. Unless they're small.
Pirate everything.
We're living in the fucking end times, baby. Those fucking steal.
I sort of miss those on the beginning of DVDs, though. Of, like, the don't pirate shit.
Mm-hmm.
There was one season of Doctor Who that had a really solid one. Yeah, but the like, I don't know. I just remember...
You wouldn't download the car ones?
No, I have. Like, listen, I'm a good kid.
Okay.
So I have a lot of DVDs that I did not pirate, and I didn't have a lot of that. But I did have a series of Doctor Who, and I don't remember, I think it's the first series with Matt Smith, where the FBI, it's not the FBI because it's BBC, whatever the don't pirate video was outstanding. It had that, like, energy of, like, an early TikTok video or of, like, an Alamo Drafthouse pre-show thing. And I think about it, and then I don't have that DVD anymore, so I can't, like, relive it. And then you can't just, like, look up the pirating video from the first season of Matt Smith as the Doctor. Like, it just
it's not the same.
No, it's not.
Oi.
Dinner's ready.
Okay. I'm recording.
Sorry.
Wow, Mom.
It's okay, wow. Mom. Thanks.
No, she can't hear you. She can't hear you.
I'll be there in 4 hours. 3.5 hours.
Yeah. Depending on if you get stuck behind traffic.
Nah, fuck it. No traffic. No rules. It's late. I could get it.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too bad. You just end up in my house with me getting back from the gym. I have to go to the gym after this. I didn't wake up.
You know what? I did that same thing. I didn't do yoga this morning.
I'm going to do that after I eat. I'm going to go.
Ugh. I hate working out after eating.
You know, at this point in time, I need a little bit of, like, food in me. Because last time I went without, I just felt like... my gains were lacking, dude. No, I felt like I just was like, I was like, oh, I'm still hungry. I'm just hungry, and I'm using energy, and I'm just more hungry.
There's something to be said about having to lift weights and, like, needing, I don't know, energy to lift weights or whatever.
Dude, cardio, I can lift weights and not be super sweaty, but, like, as soon as I do a bit of cardio, game over. I look like I have a two-toned jacket. Like, it is dark in the middle, and then wherever else the body doesn't touch as much, it's light. It's a normal color.
That's fine.
It feels good,
you don't
though.
wear, like, yoga pants to working out. I have some yoga pants that I realized when I run, it just looks like I wet myself. Like, it's just sweaty.
Jesus.
What are you gonna do?
No, I don't wear yoga pants. But I do need something that really, like, you know what I'm jealous of? Like, those mid-waist things, because, like, I got a chub. That sounds bad. I've got like a bit of, like, stomach. And I kind of, like, I want it to not be, like, over my pants sometimes, or, like, I want it, my back end to not see crack. So, like, I want some of those on occasion, but they don't usually make them for men. You're like, just fucking draw the drawstring, okay? Just fucking, you're good, okay? There's no way crack's gonna show.
A pair of leggings. Just go
I'm
venture
afraid.
over. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You probably, honestly, it's probably only like an XL, because that shit stretches and You know?
Yeah, I do. I think I am losing weight. Oh, I mean, technically, of course I am, because I'm at like 5 pounds lower, and I fucked up. I didn't work out for 10 days, and I came back and I was like, I'm afraid what's about to happen here. And I came back and I was like, you're still like 1.1 heavier. And I'm like,
Hell yeah! Yeah!
Permanent loss! Yeah!
Go get yourself some leggings. They're great.
I don't know where to look or the sizing, because gotta tell you, I'm fat, so I got a fat ass. That's just part of being fat.
What's your, if you, I mean, you can cut this out, obviously, all this. What's your pant size? What's your waist size?
I don't know right now.
Okay.
It was, at one point before I gained like a lot more weight, it was like 44.
What's your gym pant size?
The ones that I'm wearing right now? These, they just have XLs on them. They don't have like a size or anything. I wonder, actually I could probably look it up. Anyways, let's wrap this podcast up.
Menswear. God damn it. Honestly, from what you're wearing, I'd probably just go up a size. Mm-hmm. Whatever it is, especially in like girl, just go up a size. And I think they make like running pants. You may just want to look up like running leggings, because I know, I mean, like dude runners wear a dude runner. It doesn't matter if people who feel more comfortable with men's clothing, they have the runner leggings, stuff like that.
Right.
But just don't get like light gray ones, because I have light, and those are the worst ones. Those are the worst.
The sweat?
The crotch sweat. Yeah, but I guess you're gonna be wearing shorts over them, so like.
Well, if I'm like, my leggings should go far enough where I only wear shorts and then my jacket. I don't wear anything underneath my jacket, because it's just gonna be soaked anyways. Yeah. And also, by the time I'm finished like doing any exercise, the fucking, like, I have like tanks, they're already rolled up, and it's like I have like a fucking sports bra going on.
That's the worst. I feel that.
So I just go without anything underneath my jacket.
That's fair.
Anyway, so
we're Dungeons and Degrees, sometimes an exercising podcast.
Sometimes Adrian's trying to get fit, okay? He's trying not to be the fucking stereotypical bearded GM at your table looking for snackies.
What is your DM snack?
I don't eat.
You don't eat, okay.
I don't usually eat. The last time I ate was just like a whole fucking pizza. Like, we're just eating pizza, and I'm like, yeah. Like, it's not ideal. I swear, it's not ideal. I'm talking too much to fucking go eat. I drink a shit ton of water. That's usually it. There, we ended it. We came full circle, you know? We came back.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, I guess, Adrian, where can they find you?
They can find us, and usually me, at Dungeon N Degrees. No S. You know what?
No
that
degrees on dungeons. No degrees, no S on dungeons, but the S on degrees.
Yes.
So one
I feel that's
dungeon
going to help us.
And several degrees.
Single dungeon, two of us. We got degrees between the two of us.
A lot of paper between us.
Yeah. A whole lot of fucking money spent on those papers.
It's fine.
Yeah, find me there. Twitter, Dungeon N Degrees. I feel like I'm doing your outro at this point.
I was literally meaning like what you. Where can they find like you, Adrian, the human?
Well, but that is me though. At Twitch, it's usually me playing Dungeons and Dragons, and then I've also started playing some Disco Elysium right now. Really cool. It's like a lot about the mind shit, but like this guy's like a recovering drug addict, so it's just kind of like it's tough. Because, like, part of his brain is just like, you know what you need? You need to buy some more booze to celebrate your victory. And I'm like, oh, shut up! Shut up!
That's not it.
I just want to be a good guy.
So where you can find Adrian on Twitch, you can find me on our TikTok. At what cost? I don't know. But I have a journal full of stuff, and you'll see me pop up with whatever terrible advice I can think of at the day. Otherwise, you can find us literally on all social medias, like we said earlier, at Dungeons and Degrees. Please rate us 5 stars on any sort of podcasting app, whatever you listen to us on. Apple, Spotify, I don't know what the other options are. Just 5 stars, because we're really not that bad. You listen to one episode, give us that 5 stars. We're doing our best, and you're not an asshole. And like, I can feel that through the computer. I can feel that you're not an asshole. So 5 stars, please. If that's literally not enough and you really want to put those tax dollars to good use, you can also join us at our Patreon at patreon.com/dungeon&degrees. Adrian's going to start showing off all of his wares. You have ad-free episodes.
Yeah, all my clothes that I bought for the gym.
Ooh, you know what? Fashion show.
Fashion show.
So help us grow our baby podcast into a full-fledgling podcast where Dungeons or Wizards of the Coast can't take our money because we're not saying anything negative against Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, we're not.
Yeah.
We just want them to be
my God.
better. That's
yeah.
fine.
Do better. Forehead. Oh, real quick. I was looking through our podcast. I was like, is anything else need 5 stars? I'll show 5 stars. But because like I've already owned the podcast, it's not going to say, hey, do you want to put 5 stars? I can't. But anyways, there is a review on one of those like not mainstream podcast things that we've sent out, and I'm like, thank you, listener, for just putting down a review. So I really appreciate that. I didn't write it down. I was just super excited. I just had other things to do.
Thank you, random listener, for sending us a review on a small podcasting app.
Yep.
We appreciate you, especially you, the most. I hope nothing but the best through this 2023. I hope it's like Noah. I hope it's Noah or somebody.
It's not. It's someone we don't know.
A stranger? Hell fucking
yes!
Listen.
Stranger.
Dear stranger, if you made it to this episode and you're still here and you're like, that's me, please add us on Twitter. Please.
Yeah.
Please.
Tell us the Twitter.
Let us know what you did.
Mm-hmm. All right. Are we good? We're going to wrap this up?
I'm solid.
All right. Well, thank you so much for listening. My name's Adrian.
And I'm Alex.
Go have some fun.